Easy steps to get your PVC before the deadline. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has announced the 31st of August. Below is how to get your PVC before the deadline. The procedure for voter registration is as follows. A person wishing to register as voter must appear in person at the registration center approved by the Commission and nearest to his/her place of residence and where he/she intends to vote on election day. Registration usually commences at 9 a.m. and closes at 4 p.m. The direct data capture (DDC) device is used to capture the biometrics, photograph and fingerprints of the prospective voter. At the registration center, prospective registrants are invited to approach the assistant registration officer to enroll their details into the DDC device. The officer ascertains the eligibility of the registrant. Where in doubt, the registrant is requested to produce a document that could prove his/her identity and age, such as birth, a baptismal certificate, national passport, identity card, a driver's license. In addition, the registrant's first name, initial, or other names, surname, date of birth, gender, residential address and occupation are entered into the system. The registrant's photograph is taken and the fingerprint, thumbprint recorded. After this, the officer will give a temporary voter's card to the applicant. The temporary voter's card will be replaced with a permanent voter's card at a date to be announced by INEC. After this, the applicant leaves the registration center and he/she is requested to return the following day for claims and objections. Transfer of registered voters. During the registration of voters, eligible persons are advised to register at the centers nearest to their residence. This is to make it easy for the voter to access the polling unit (PU) and vote on election day. It should be noted that due to restrictions of movement of people and vehicles, a voter who registered far from his or her residence may find it difficult to get to the polling unit to vote. However, a person who has relocated to another place outside the unit in which he/she registered cannot vote in his/her new location unless he/she transfers his/her registration. Procedure for transfer. Step 1. The person who intends to transfer his/her registration will apply to INEC's resident electoral commissioner through the electoral officer at the local government area where he/she is currently residing. Note: the application should contain the current address of the applicant, as this will assist in allocating the polling unit nearest to him/her. Step 2. The applicant will fill a Form ECTF 001, application for transfer of registered voter. Step 3. The applicant will attach a photocopy of his/her permanent voter card, PVC, to the application. Note that the applicant must apply to the resident electoral commissioner in good time, well before 60 days to the election, as no transfer can be entertained or granted less than 60 days to the election. Step 4. The electoral officer of the applicant's local government area, on receiving the application, shall assign the applicant to the nearest polling unit to his/her new residence, enter the applicant's details in the transferred voters list, forward the application to the resident electoral commissioner for approval. Step 5. If the resident electoral commissioner is satisfied that the applicant is currently resident in the new area, he/she shall approve the application and direct that the applicant's details be transferred to his/her new location. (b) The Commission may require evidence such as utility bill, water bill for confirmation of residence. Step 6. The head of department, ICT, on receiving the approved application shall effect the transfer on the server and issue a temporary voter's card, TVC, and later the permanent voter's card, PVC. The applicant's registration and particulars will then be deleted from the register of voters in the previous location. Step 7. The electoral officer will issue the applicant with a new permanent voter's card, PVC, and retrieve the previous one. Step 8. The applicant is informed to visit the INEC local government area office that covers the area he/she has applied for a transfer to find if the transfer has been effected and to pick up the permanent voter card in person, as collection by proxy is not allowed. think your friend would be interested. Share this story using any of the share button below. Down arrow, place your text advert below. Greater than 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 loading. Share your story with us via email, info@247nigerianewsupdate.co. Receive news via our WhatsApp. Kindly text 234,701 056 to add you. Click here to join us on our YouTube channel for news update. Click here to join us on Twitter for instant news update at 247NGNEWSUPDATE. Click here to join millions around the globe to read news on our Facebook fan page for instant updates on Instagram. Click here, receive instant news update via our BBM broadcast D3DEFDF.